guess it's kind of late and you're tired too.
Well, how are you going to get home? Is that streetcar named Desire still grinding down the tracks at this hour?
May I kiss you good night? In all my experience, I have never known anyone like you. Well, yeah, you're laughing at me.
No, honey. The Lord and Lady of the house haven't arrived home yet. Why don't we go in? We'll have a nightcap. Okay? Let's keep the lights off, okay? Let's come in. All this crashing about is my trying to look for some liquor. Je suis la dame. Amelia? Do you understand French?
No, I was trying
Voulez-vous
to take
coucher avec moi ce soir?
Yeah.
Vous ne comprenez pas? Ah, quel dommage. I found the liquor.
Ah, good.
Looks like there's enough for 2 shots.
Good.
Without any dividends.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, honey.
Yeah. Oh, your eyes are feather.
You may release me now. I said unhand me, sir.
Oh, you'll just give me a slap whenever I step out of bounds.
I don't think that's necessary. You're quite the gentleman. One of the very few that I left in the world. Now, I don't want you to think I'm severe or old-maid school teacherish or anything like that.
Huh?
It's just that, well, I guess I have old-fashioned ideals.
Where's Stanley and Stella tonight?
Oh, they went out with Mr. and Mrs. Hubble upstairs.
Well, where are they?
Well, I think they went to the midnight preview at the Low Estate.
Yeah. We should all go out together some night.
Oh, I don't think that would be a very good plan.
Why not?
You're an old friend of Stanley's, aren't you?
Yeah, we was together on the 241st.
I guess he talks to you frankly.
Sure.
Has he ever talked to you about me? way you say that, I suspect he has.
No, he hasn't said very much.
But what he has said, what do you think his attitude toward me was?
Why do you want to ask a thing like that?
Well,
I mean, don't you get along with him? Or?
what do you think?
I don't think he understands you.
Ha! That's putting it mildly. If it wasn't for the fact that Stella was about to have a baby, I don't think I could endure things here.
He isn't nice to you?
He's insufferably rude.
Oh,
Goes out of his way to offend me.
in what way?
In every conceivable way.
That surprises me.
Oh, it does?
I just don't know how anybody could be rude to you, Blanche, that's all.
Well, it's a pretty frightful situation here. You see, there's no privacy here. There's just these two portieres between the rooms at night. He stalks through these rooms in his underwear at night. And I have to tell him to close the bathroom door. That sort of calmness isn't necessary. You probably wonder why I don't move out.
You know, yeah, why?
Well, I'll tell you frankly. A teacher's salary is barely sufficient to cover her expenses. I didn't save a penny last year, so I had to come up here for the summer. And that's why I have to put up with my sister's husband. And he has to put up with me apparently against his wishes. Surely he must have told you how much he hates me.
Oh, I don't think he hates you.
Oh, yes, he hates me. Why else would he insult me? When I first laid my eyes on him, I said to myself, that man is going to be my executioner. That man is going to destroy me unless...
Please. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, honey.
Blanche, how old are you?
Why do you want to know that?
I was talking to my mother about you, and she said, how old is Blanche? And I wasn't able to tell her, so...
Oh, you were talking to your mother about me?
Oh, yes, I was.
What did you want to know?
Well, I was telling her how much I like you. You're nice.
And were you sincere about that?
You know I was. You know I was. So I was telling my mother. And so she says, how old is Blanche? I said, Mom, why do you want to know that?
Yeah, well, why does she want to know my age?
Mother's sick. And,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Badly?
yeah, she won't live long, maybe just a few months, and so she's worried about me. She wants me settled down. She wants me to be settled down before.
Oh.
Wants me to be settled down before she.
You love her very much, don't you?
Yes.
You know, I see that you have a great capacity for devotion. You can be very lonely when she passes, aren't you?
Yes. Yes, Blanche, thank you.
I can understand that very much.
Being lonely.
Well, I loved someone once, and the person I loved, I lost.
Did? A man?
He was a boy. Just a boy when I was a very young girl. When I was 16, I made the discovery, love all at once and much, much too completely. It was like you suddenly turned a blinding light on something that had always been half in shadow. That's how it struck the world to me. But I was unlucky, deluded. There was something different about that boy. There was a nervousness, a softness and tenderness that wasn't like a man's. He wasn't the least bit effeminate. He came to me for help, but I didn't know that. I didn't find out anything until we got married and ran away and came back. And all I knew was that I had failed him in some way. He was in the quicksands and clutching onto me, but I wasn't holding him out. I didn't know how to help him or help myself. And then I found out, in the worst possible way, by suddenly coming into a room that I thought was empty, but wasn't empty. There were two people in it. The boy I married and an older man who was a friend of his. Afterwards, we pretended I didn't discover anything, and the three of us drove down to the Moon River Casino, laughing and drinking all the way. We danced the Varsuviana. Then all of a sudden, during the dance, the boy I married broke away from me and ran out of the casino. A few minutes later, some shots. I ran out. We all did, to gather around the terrible thing that happened at the lake. I couldn't get any closer due to crowding. Then somebody grabbed my arm and said, "Come back, don't get any closer, you don't want to see." I said, "See? See what?" Then I heard the voices calling, "Alan, Alan, the gray boy." He had stuck the revolver in his mouth and fired, and had blown off the back of his head. And it was all because, while on the dance floor, I suddenly said, and I couldn't help myself, "I saw, I know, you disgust me." And the searchlight that had been turned on my life was turned off again. And there hasn't been a light any brighter on my world than that kitchen candle.
I need somebody. You need somebody. Could it be you and I, Blaine?
Suddenly,